Hey, what's everyone? Happy Wednesday. We got a double header today. We're doing some makeup episodes from the last 2 weeks where my computer was down. That's right, my computer crashed. It was a pretty scary moment. Luckily, I was able to source everything on a different drive. So when I was able to install my whole production, it found everything once I reinstalled the software. So a huge tip for anyone that's doing live production or any live streaming or anything that's sourcing anything into their software, source it into a different drive than your C drive. Try to keep as much things off your C drive from your production, and you should be up and running pretty well. How many of you guys are going to SEO Rockstars? I'll be heading out to SEO Rockstars next week. Should be an awesome time. Again, SEO Rockstars is a conference where I've actually pretty much learned my own secret sauce for SEO. It's been around for about 13 years now. And I plan on being more involved in the next year, so be on the lookout for that. If you missed out on my meetup, I actually did my first SEO meetup last Friday evening in Walnut Creek, California. If you're in the East Bay Area, I will be having another SEO meetup coming up in about a month or two. I see Umar coming in. Umar. Or he just signed up back off. Umar, are you there? Saw you come in, Umar.
Yes, I am.
All right.
Can you hear me?
I could hear you, but I cannot see you.
Just a minute.
Speaking of conferences, I believe Umar was just at the Hrefs conference, right? You were just recently at the Hrefs conference, right, Umar?
Yeah, I was there.
How was it? Was it pretty fun?
Yeah, it was. We had a very long time to network with other people, like just in the lunchtime. So, but everything was so good. Yeah, it was my first time with AHF's conference in Singapore. I have been to other conferences and a lot of them. But yeah.
All right, guys, we got about a little bit under 7 minutes to go. I'm just talking to Umar here before we get started. We'll be talking about SOPs for SEOs, how to create SOPs and processes for your SEO agency, which Umar has a lot of experience in. And he was just telling us how he was at the Hrefs conference. Where are you based out of?
I'm currently in my home country. I just came back 2 days ago.
Okay.
So it's Pakistan.
Oh, in Pakistan.
But
okay.
yeah, I'm mostly traveling, and Dubai is my second home. So I just keep.
Got it. So we have Kenneth here, double header. Yes, sir, Kenneth. This is my second episode today. I'm doing a lot of makeups. Yeah. So Umar, I was actually I missed 2 weeks of my shows because my computer crashed. I was telling you this, and then so today was my makeup day. So I had my guest that was scheduled before you the week before. Earlier today, so now you're my second episode for today, so this is actually kind of a first, I think. I don't think
really?
Yeah, so I'm going pretty beast mode today. Like as Kobe says beast mode today, Dre. Yes, I am.
It's 5 a.m. here, and I went to sleep at 1 a.m. So.
Oh man, 4 a.m.
Yeah.
So man. So it's actually 6 p.m. right now here. So it's actually you're actually like more like I thought you would have been like 12 hours ahead there. But no, man, 5 a.m.
I'm very used to it. Since I just keep on traveling, so I just don't have any issues with it. So.
4 hours, that's enough. That's enough, right? Did you was it good 4 hours at least?
Yeah.
Well, you look good, brother. So you look fresh and ready to go. So I'm pretty sure you'll get through this episode just fine. We got a lot of energy here. We have a few people here already on. Thank you so much for everyone that's actually coming on a late night episode. I don't normally do 6 p.m. It's 6 p.m. here. 6 p.m. episodes. It's working out. It's gonna work out for both of us. Work out for everyone. Let's go, guys. All right. We see who's this here? Okay, so I still have to work out some stuff with my own live streaming here because things are not showing up here automatically. You got too much energy there. All right, what's up, Maddox? Oh yeah. Let's see. We got about 4 more minutes to go. If you're just tuning in, we have Umar. And we'll be talking about SOPs for SEOs and how to create SOPs and processes for your agency to help you succeed in your agency. And I'm looking forward for myself as I'm trying to start my own agency. Once I get up and going, I would love to know all these good smart cuts. I don't say shortcuts, smart cuts. We have smart cuts, and learning SOPs is a great smart cut, not a shortcut. Let's see here. We have Victor. Hey, fellas. Hello, Victor. So, Umar, I usually go over a few clips in the very beginning. However, since I didn't have enough time to put those together, I'm just gonna go right into our interview. So I'm gonna introduce you right after the countdown. I'll say a few things, and then I'll introduce you right away. So we'll have a full good 40 minutes to chat and talk about SOPs. All right.
For sure. Yeah.
All right. But do you actually have an office that you go to, or is your agency based out of just work from home?
This is my studio where I record my own YouTube videos. So
yeah,
it's 20 minutes from my home. So
so you actually drove. You woke up and drove earlier to go to your studio.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I woke up, I had my shower, and then I drove here. So.
Oh man, thank you, brother. Thank you, brother, for doing this for us. Man, how do you have the energy? Ernesto, what's up, man? That goes for the both of us, right? We got. I'm here ending my day, and he's starting his day really, really early. He's from Pakistan, and it's 5 a.m. there, guys. 5 a.m. Actually, there was one guest I had that was from. I think he was from. He was from the Philippines, and he joined at 3 a.m. Because he joined at 3 a.m. because he wanted to be on a time that I usually go live, and he was like, I'll make it. All right. We came on.
I just take it as a challenge,
Yeah.
If you just have to do it, just do it. That's it.
Yep. There we go.
There are no
Love
excuses.
Love it, guys. All right, we got about coming close to a minute to go. And so, Umar, I'm going to go ahead and put you back on mute, and then I'll introduce you in a few minutes, right when I come back in.
For sure.
All right. All right, guys, if you're just tuning in, we have Umar Faizan, and we'll talk about SOPs for SEOs. This is our second episode of today. It's a double header. We are making up an episode, or actually 2 episodes, with my computer crash, but we're here, and we're ready to go. All right, guys, I will see you guys on the other side. Yeah, let's go, guys. 30 seconds.
Yeah. Hey, time to get it started. No delay. Let's work. Want to see you be an SEO expert. Paul Andre de Vera. Steady dropping knowledge. Over 15 years in the game, so he knows all about it. Master the art of SEO. You will be amazed. Time to get your brand off page to on page. Dropping knowledge. Legendary for sure. Whether you're just getting started or self-employed entrepreneur. Yeah, let's go. Subscribe to the SEO video show.
Hey, welcome to another episode of the SEO video show where SEO is alive and fun. My name is Paul Andre de Vera, aka Dre, and I curate SEO videos released within the past week into about 1-minute clips. My favorite part of the show is when I get to introduce my guest, and my guest today is Umar Faizan, and we'll be talking about SOPs for SEOs. Before we get started, let's say what's up to everyone in chat. I see Ernesto, Logan, Victor, Maddox, Fletcher, Kobe, Kenneth, Natalie. Welcome everyone. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Now let's get on with the show.
Hey Dre, why do SEOs love the farmer's market? Lots of organic content.
Spending thousands on SEO tools? Here's how I cut those costs and scaled faster. Hi, I'm Paul Andre de Vera, a 20-year SEO expert who built a thriving consulting business using one tool, Search Atlas. After getting laid off and spending a year jobless, I turned to consulting, but was drowning in costly SEO tools. Thousands of dollars every month, wasted time, and endless tabs. I knew there had to be a better way. The worst part, every tool was separate, making my job as a solo SEO consultant even harder. But then I found Search Atlas, and everything has changed. Search Atlas brings everything together: technical SEO, backlinks, and on-page optimization all in one place. And in less than a year, I scaled my consulting business to make more than my corporate salary that took me 20 years to achieve, thanks to Search Atlas and its Auto AI. Auto AI saves me hours. I can manage multiple clients effortlessly and automate SEO tasks in literally one click. The best part, I'm spending a fraction of the cost, saving thousands of dollars a month. Don't wait. Get a 7-day free trial now and see how much time, money you can save and increase profits. Click the link below and start your free trial today.
Umar is a seasoned SEO consultant with over 6 years of experience helping businesses search, supercharge their traffic, boost conversions, and drive revenue. Through his agency Growth Winner, he offers top-notch SEO and link building services for B2B, e-commerce, and local businesses. He has an impressive track record, including 768% of traffic boost for a manufacturing client. His expertise, finely tuned SOPs, has become the go-to solution for agencies looking to scale. Please welcome Umar Faizan.
Umar, my man, welcome to the show.
The most interesting intro I have ever seen. I have been to a lot of podcasts, a lot of them, but this was the most interesting one I have ever seen. Hello, what's up?
Love it, Umar. I remember we first met at what's it? Mostly Marketing, right? It was a little mastermind, right? But that we first met. Yeah, Liam's group.
Liam's community. Yeah.
A big shout to everyone at Mostly Marketing. I believe I believe they moved it, right? So I believe that it's on a Discord now. I think I don't know if it's on Slack, but regardless, it was great meeting you, brother. And thank you again for coming on at a very special time. I had some issues going on here, but I know it's 5 a.m. at your place, man. It's 5 a.m. You're a beast. You're a beast. Thank you so much. All right, so everyone, let's give a round of applause. All right, Umar. This is the first question I ask all my SEO professionals that come on here in 1 minute or less. How does Umar get ranking on page 1 of Google?
Oh, links and only links. That's it. Like in most cases, we are mostly focusing on the parts of on-page optimization, but we mostly miss the most important things when it comes to, like, for example, most of the e-commerce stores, they miss schema optimization. That's one of the biggest mistakes that I've ever seen. So just find like what are the quick wins that you can fix on the current website, rather than going after any other shiny object syndrome or finding any other new strategy where you can go after, and just follow the basics and you're good to go. We just like to complex SEO, So
love it. First knowledge bomb of today. Hold on, let me rewind this quick. Hold on. Take us 6 years ago. What, 6 years ago? Take us back 6 years. How'd you first get into SEO?
I started working as an SEO on Fiverr.
Okay.
So it was like way 7 years back. So I got my first project. So it was like only $500 per month. But I was doing a lot of work, like more than that was worth more than maybe $15,000, $20,000 per month. So I switched from being a freelancer to an agency owner. Then I found my agency, built my own team. So all of my team members are trained by me. All of my senior team members are trained by me. So, and if we talk about the learning part, I started learning it from the guys from Income School. So
Okay, yeah.
they were selling their courses, and I watched their course, and then I got a lot of interest in SEO. I learned about graphic designing, video editing as well, but SEO was something that just stuck with me. So that was mainly the reason.
Love that. Love that. So you learned it from income school. What actually made you interested in SEO in particular? Why not like PPC or social media, but why SEO?
What I have seen, there was a lot of money to be made in SEO, honestly speaking. So in PPC and stuff like that, you need to convince client for the budget part and so on and so forth. But I was not good at back then in the days. I was not good at making the strategies for the PPC part, since you're just putting your money right, when you start the campaign, right? But with SEO, you just form the strategy first, and then you just start putting the content and the links part, and the whole like 3 months to 6 months strategy. So it's like a full thing where you research about all of those things, research about that niche, and then you go after it. So that was really interesting for me, rather than the paid ads or stuff like that, since I was afraid of spending or wasting the money at first as well, right? Because you are just spending the money right off the bat. So that was a kind of fear in my mind. So with SEO, you are not just putting the money right off the bat, even if it's your project. So before even providing it as a service, I owned 4 biggest affiliate websites in my career. So those were my own SEO projects that I ranked before providing services. Yeah.
Love that. Love that. Okay, so you mentioned income school. Was there any other people that you followed, or any other things that you did to like actually learn it? Like, I mean, you were learning stuff on YouTube or whatever.
I got the it with income school. I just got the idea of basic things in SEO. So mainly about the on-page part, the content creation part, the keyword research part, and then just I started implementing these things. So earlier, from the start of my career, I learned SEO by implementing it, because we just love to consume the content. But after that, I just started implementing it. So for my first website, I ranked my keyword. I can remember that keyword as well right now. So it was regarding the martial arts, since I'm a nearby black belt. So I have a lot of knowledge about martial arts and stuff like that. So I made my first website on martial arts. So I created the content, have those blog posts back in like 2018. So that's really it.
Love that. And let's fast forward to today. I mean, you have great videos on your YouTube channel. I love your editing and everything like that. I mean, are you editing it yourself, or is this like you have a staff doing it for you?
No. That's most interesting part of this video, this podcast as well. Since we are talking about SOPs and stuff like that, I hate doing the work, honestly speaking, like myself. Since my first priority is to build a process or a system where I can hand that over to someone else in my team. So the only thing that I do is to add the points for my script, or maybe like what I'm going to talk about in the video. That's the only thing that I do in my videos. So the research part, or maybe the editing part, the review part, the feedback part, and then cutting it into the reels and so on and so forth. Like every single bit of it is done by my team members. So I don't edit the videos. I do have the editors to cut out the reels. I do have a separate person for that, and so on and so forth. So mainly I outsource the whole responsibility, not outsource, but hand off the whole responsibility rather than just the tasks. So
Got it. Love that. Okay, that leads us to our topic of today, and I want to get into like more of like the beginning of your agencies, like how has introducing SOPs transformed your agency to like your daily operations?
Honestly speaking, implementing SOPs and processes, they were just a game changer, Okay. So they turned our daily operations from a bit chaotic to almost like frictionless. So like SOPs have also led really big impact on our, let's say, one of the biggest services is link building, right? So on our link building process, so we now have clear guidelines on prospecting, outreach, follow-ups that every team member can follow. So as a result of it, our link building productivity has doubled, and we have significantly improved the quality of our links that we secure. So yeah.
Love that. Okay, so For those that don't know what an SOP is, can you like give a high level definition what SOP is and what it stands for?
For sure. So as if I define as an SOP, so it would be like standard operating procedure. So it
Yeah.
you can just in a layman terms, it's just a step-by-step process to do anything, like literally anything that you do in business. So you can just let me know, okay, here is the XYZ task that I can't think of an SOP, so I will create an SOP out of it. So
Okay.
it's like a step-by-step process or a step-by-step instruction for anyone to do any task.
Got it. Love that. Love that. Okay. So, I mean, so this is something you started from, doing stuff from Fiverr, and then you started your agency, and then you said like, SOPs actually helped you out. So, I mean, what made you actually start doing SOPs? Like, was there some type of time or like an incident or anything like that where you actually made you realize that you need to do SOPs?
100% yes. So there, we were working at one of the biggest e-commerce client that we have ever worked with, and they are still growing on monthly basis. So when they came to us, they had like 800 traffic per month, but they are at 15,000 clicks, if I'm not wrong. So yeah, so we were working at that project, and the problem was every single person was involved in that project, and myself was working on that project as well, like creating the strategy part, how many landing pages we will have, the keyword research part, content creation part, hiring the writer, and putting them together with the designer. Okay, here are the pages that we need to content. So every single person was involved in that project. So that really opened my eyes for the importance of SOPs. So like handling the on-page optimization, keyword research, audit, link building. So with so many moving parts, every team member was juggling with different tasks and tracking them in their own way. So this led to a confusion about who was responsible for what. So
Okay.
that was one of the things. And then I discussed with other peers of mine. So for example, I first learned it from Rian Stewart from Webris, and
Okay. Yeah.
then Mersingers. So Mersingers was really, really, really helpful in building them out, giving me suggestions. Okay, here's what you should do, and so on and so forth. So that was really helpful for me. And right now, I just do what I have to do, being an agency owner in my agency. So mostly focusing on the sales part, improving the sales processes, and so on and so forth, or my content creation part as a main part of it. So.
Got it. Love that. Love that. I'm sure you had some challenges there, right? I mean, because you said you had to set this up, this up, this up, this up. What are some challenges that you actually came up with? Because everything can't run perfectly when you set up your first SOP, right? So, was there anything that you came across that like kind of, or did you actually get everything set up just fine the first time?
The main challenge was asking the team to implement those SOPs, honestly speaking. So since it was the first time for them to, since change is hard, right? So when we implemented that change in our company, so it was hard for them to, follow them first. And one of the important thing is I learned how to create like good SOPs out of those that are easy to implement for any layman out there. So honestly speaking, if someone doesn't know about SEO, they can implement our SOPs as well. So that's the main reason. But at first, it was kind of like really bad of SOPs. Like the objectives were not really defined. The estimated time completion for those tasks were not defined, and so on and so forth. So it was really hard to ask the team to implement those, start implementing those processes and SOPs. So.
Got it. So, is there a difference between like systems and SOPs, or are they the same thing? Can you define like what's like a system?
No. They are entirely different. So let me give you with an example. So a process is a series of steps taken in order to achieve a particular result. So and a written process is a process that is written down. So let's say Heisenberg recipe for how to cook. That's one of the important example that came to my mind. So tutorial on how to create a video game, right? So maybe step-by-step instruction on how to do something, right? So these are not checklists, not really like screen recording is not a process, right? So but with the system, it's a series of processes in order to achieve a particular end. Like, for example, you have a system for client acquisition, where you have a process for how to research for potential leads on LinkedIn, a process for how to reach out to potential leads on LinkedIn, and a process of how to follow up, and so on and so forth, right?
Okay.
So a system is not a process, and a process is not a system. So
got it. So can you, in SEO terms, for those like for our audience here, like how can they set up a? Can you go through like a system and processes setup for like someone that's wanting to do, let's say, link building, since that's your specialty? Like, how would you set that up?
So you're asking me about like the steps to implement SOPs?
Yeah, just an example of, let's say, an SEO, like SEO task. Like, walk us into an SEO task of like link building through like through like the process or a system or SOPs or however you would want to like kind of like set that up.
All right. So we built out the all of the systems and processes for link building first.
Okay.
Since that was the major roadblock, and that was the kind of most repetitive thing that that we were doing for all of our clients. So even with the full SEO campaigns. So with link building, so let's say you have first the prospecting part. So how you're going to do the prospecting? So let's say there are mainly we have like 5 to 6 ways the way we do prospecting. So even if you're saying log into Ahrefs, it should be in your SOP, right? It should be in your step-by-step
you're going that
part.
detailed. Log into Ahrefs, like you'll put that in there.
100% yes, and we have the login link as well. So we would add the link for app.ahrefs.com/login or anything like that. So we have the login link there as well, so they don't have to find the login link as well. So that's why I said even a layman can implement our SOPs. So that's the main part of it. So with the prospecting part, you just go ahead and log in Ahrefs. So even if you if we're saying, okay, go ahead and add XYZ competitor in that field. So we would have a separate, as a tooltip or as a comment in the Google Doc, where we would explain like how to find that competitor that they need to put in that field, right? So it's that much detailed. So that part of it. So with the prospecting part, then we have like how to vet the websites. Like you got the list of websites to reach out to, and then how you are gonna filter those websites to find the content information later. By contact information, I mean their phone number, or maybe like their email address, or maybe like social profiles where you need to reach out to. So how you find that. So for example, we have some of the best ways other than the email part. So how you find emails through their social media account, through YouTube, and so on and so forth. So we have every single step written down. And then you have once you find their contact information, how you're going to contact them. So exact process. Okay, go ahead and set up the campaign in. We are using Instantly for our email campaigns. So set up the campaign in Instantly. Then we will link to the Instantly SOP. So how you set up the campaign in Instantly, right? And one of the most important part is it's not the text only. We have the videos as well. So it's the video embedded above the text SOP. So
my God, that's a lot.
That much detailed. So
that's a lot. So you're doing text and then also video describing this in your SOP. Like
100% yes, and I will explain later in the videos how we do that, so that anyone listening to this podcast can implement that as well.
We definitely want to like learn like the actual steps and processes, because like how you're actually doing this, because I mean and like maybe tools that you're actually using, because I mean I can see this being taking like such a long time, like a very long time, but I guess you just do it one time, right? And then you somehow break it up,
yes.
And then you so when you're creating the SOPs, is it you doing it first, or are you having other people do it and then you having them document everything, or is it both, or a mixture of both?
That's a really good question. So at first, when we were building SOPs, it was me. It was me building out those processes. Let it be like anything in operations or fulfillment of SEO clients, or right now it's being done by every single team member who is doing that process. So for example, there was a change in our prospecting part in link building. So the person who was doing the prospecting, like there were a lot of them doing that, but the senior most one who is doing the prospecting part, he or she is gonna create that SOP now, right? So for example, we were first doing it manually using like Google scraping part and so on and so forth. Right now we have our in-house tool built out that does all of that prospecting. Now we have changed that SOP, and that SOP was created by that senior team member. So every single team member who is managing that responsibility, managing those set of tasks, is responsible for creating an SOP out of it. So it's in their it's a part of their job. It's a part of their responsibility now.
Excellent.
I love that. I love that. Okay, so like I'm curious. How big is your team now? Like how big have you grown it?
So honestly speaking, like I have for the team of 20 people, they can implement the work of nearly around 60 to 70 people.
Wow.
So they are achieving the same efficiency, same part of the process that other agencies may do with 60 to 70 people. So it's all due to the these SOPs and the processes part. I was not the biggest fan of these until I implemented them in our agency. So I was like, okay, these are just the gurus who are just saying, okay, just implement the SOPs. These are the systems and processes. So being an entrepreneur, I was like, oh no, no one can do better work than me. So I was like, I'm never going to implement those SOPs or anything systems in my company. So yeah.
Love that. Okay, let's get into some actionable stuff for our audience here. I want to like start building my SOPs with what you have to share here on like how we should get started. I mean, like let's pretend I'm a brand new agency, and like where would I start? Like what's one thing you would start like go to like from and from the tools you use to like even like going to detail, like creating those you said like linking out to certain things, even just like to logging into things. I would love you to go in detail here to see how you can create an SOP for us.
For sure. So the first thing is you need to identify your core repetitive task. So just start by listing tasks that are done repetitively, like keyword research or maybe client reporting or backlink outreach and so on and so forth, right? And then prioritize ones that impact the client results or eat up most of your time. So these are the two things. Those things that can have the most impact on your client's campaign, number one, or those things that eat up most of your time, right? So for example, one thing that eat up a lot of time is citations when it comes to local SEO, since we manage full SEO campaigns for local businesses as well as e-commerce. So these high frequency tasks should be your first SOPs, since they offer the biggest return on consistency, right? So that's the first step. And as a second step would be to document the current processes as it drops. So have team members who are already doing these tasks, or even if you are alone working with it. So doing these tasks, walk through them step by step. So record their screens, take notes, or have them write out what they are doing, right? So you don't need a perfect SOP right away, just like we did. So even if a rough outline can be refined later on, right? So then you have the getting the steps on paper or video to help you identify the gaps, unnecessary steps, or areas for standardization. And one thing that I would like to suggest here is with ChatGPT. So once you have the process, you can ask ChatGPT to refine it more. So the way we improved it is using ChatGPT. So one of the biggest mistake that I've seen doing in recent months or years is we ask ChatGPT, or we use ChatGPT as our first thought. That's the biggest mistake. So I use ChatGPT, or my team use ChatGPT as the final thought. So we use it to refine our maybe the content, refine our process, or anything that we are doing that involves text, right? We don't use it to think first, right? We don't use it as our first starting point. So I wouldn't ask ChatGPT to maybe build out a process for keyword search for my team. I would never do that. I would first build out the process myself, have the our own text written SOP, and ask ChatGPT to make it to refine it or make it better, or maybe let me know if there are any unnecessary steps or anything like that to make it better. So
Was-
that's
what-
really the thing.
What's there anything? Can you share like anything that ChatGPT kind of like helped out or made better? Like so you gave it something like what was one thing that it actually helped make it better? Was there?
Okay, so um I would accept my weakness here as well. So
Yeah.
most of the time, human brains are not that good structuring the things, right?
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
so with ChatGPT, it would really lay out in a logical hierarchy, like the logical flow of that SOP. So, for example, there was a step that should be maybe it should be the second step rather than the fourth step. So ChatGPT
yeah.
would point out, okay, in this process, the second one should be the fourth one, or the fourth one should be the second one, and so on and so forth. So it would like really structure all of the SOP in a step by step manner that you would have missed otherwise. So yeah, that's one of the things that it helped. So
Love that. Love that. Okay, so that's some great stuff there. So are there any other tools that you use or anything like, or is it just pretty much just, are you using Google Docs and just screen recording? Is there anything that you're using to actually help you here as well?
one of the tools that was really a game changer, and I just hated before using it, honestly speaking. So it was Notion. So Notion really helped us,
Okay.
especially when I started YouTube. So
Okay.
since it was not that intuitive the way I wanted,
Mhm.
but when I started, my social media manager suggested, okay, Umar, which I'm using it from past like 5 years now, and it's really helpful. And I was like, no, I'm not going to implement that. So, but he kind of gifted me. He worked on the weekend and built out the whole process inside the Notion for the whole content creation part. So
Wow.
starting from the idea research to video editing part to recording the videos, then the feedback part, and so on and so forth, like the full blown process inside the inside Notion. And we have like 4 to 5 tabs inside our Notion template. So he built out the full template, and I just loved it. And it saved me literally, you wouldn't believe, it saved me around 1.5 hour per day of my time per day.
Wow.
It's not per week, it's not per month, just due to that. And other than that, it's just Loom, Google Docs, and Notion. These are the three tools that we use on
Okay.
a daily basis.
So I
yeah.
love that. So Notion is pretty much your Bible, or like
Database
it's where everything's at, right? So your whole set, your SOPs are all in there, and it's organized in a way where you can click here, click there, click there, and then it'll take you to find certain things to run your whole
And then
business.
there is a resources tab as well. So other than the SOPs, we have a separate resources tab or a resources page for everything that we do. So for example, if they have to learn anything, so they can go to the resources tab and find my videos, or maybe videos from, let's say, Href's channel, or maybe Matt Diggity, or anything like that. Or maybe we have a lot of courses as well from, let's say, one of the best courses that I've seen is let's say Glenn, right?
Yeah.
So we have those courses with the logins part, and then all of those resources are listed there. So if they have to learn, let's say, how to do XYZ, and they just want to get the first-hand knowledge first, so they can go ahead and watch those videos. So yeah.
Got it. Love that. So, man, this is you're throwing a lot of ideas here on how I want to start my whole create my own. I feel like I need to have SOPs first, no matter what, before I even start an agency, because I feel like it's like why even start an agency unless you don't have this, right? Because I mean, it'll make things a lot easier and once you have all that together, right? So it's like, I love
and you
that.
have to do it just once, right?
Yeah,
You don't have to do it again and again. And that was the biggest mindset shift. So I was sitting with one of the biggest agency owner here in Pakistan, like back in 2020 or something. So we were talking about training the team members. So I was like, okay, there was someone who asked him a question that he has to train the team members and it takes a lot of time and so on and so forth. Then he answered that, and that answer just stuck with me. So he answered, you only have to train that team member once, and he or she is gonna implement that or take that responsibility forever, right? You are only training him or her just once in your life, and you're just spending your time at once, and then he's trained for forever. right? So he can maybe take that responsibility out of your plate, right? And same is the case with SOPs now. You don't have to train them again and again. SOPs or maybe the processes takes a lot of your time that you spend on training part. So it's just pre-built out trainings. So
Got it. Pre-built out trainings. Love that. Love that. Okay, so if I were gonna start like create an SOP right now, what are 3 things I have to make sure that I have in there? Like, if I was gonna create an SOP for anything, or like anyone out there, like, what are the 3 main things that you have to make sure you must include in there to make sure it's a successful SOP?
it would be like I have 5 to 6 things in mind, but okay.
Let's
Let's
hear all 5, 6. I'll give you all 5 or 6. I'll take 5 or 6 instead of 3.
all right.
Okay.
So the first thing is clear objective or purpose. So this
Okay.
is one thing that we missed. So for example, start with a brief summary of why that SOP exists and why and what's the goal of that SOP. So for example, you can just simply say this SOP outlines the step for conducting keyword research to ensure consistency, accuracy, and
okay.
maybe the relevance for client goals. That's just the simple part of it.
Okay.
A clear objective mainly helps with helps your team members to understand the SOP's relevance and expected outcome from the start, and that's really important. I have seen like when I consult other agencies as well, so they miss this part if they are implementing SOPs already in their agency, right?
Got it.
So this is one of the things that I've seen missed, and then obviously the detailed step-by-step instruction. There's the core of it. So for example, you can break down the process into just actionable and number step to avoid. And one of the important things, just avoid jargons when you are explaining how to, or you are writing down those step-by-step instructions. Just avoid jargon, since SOP means any layman on earth, even if they don't know SEO, can implement your process or can implement that SOP, right?
Okay.
So just avoid jargon. Just don't say like anything. You have to search for semantic keywords out there. They don't know about what semantic keywords are. I love semantic SEO, but the point is they don't know about it, right? Just ask them how to find those topics, how the topic term is more understandable, the keyword term is more understandable. So write as easy as you can, right? And as detailed as you can. So then we have like what are some of the required tools and resources that they would need, just like I mentioned about Ahrefs and then about Google Drive. Like, so for example, they are doing client reporting, they would need like Google Drive. So how they should access if they don't have access to the main Google Drive link, who should they ask? Like any team member in the team. So just don't say, okay, ask Paul. Mention ask the account director, since Paul may left the company maybe by next 2 weeks, right? But the account manager will be there, right? So they will have the exact person or the the job person they need to ask for, right? So they would find, okay, who is the account executive or account director in this company? I need to ask. So okay, it's not Paul now, it's Umar, right? So he's going to ask Umar, okay, please give me the account access for the main Google Drive. So mention about the required tools and resources they would need to ensure that to implement that SOP.
Got it. Anything else? I mean, I'm taking notes here myself.
Yeah. All right. So then we have like 2 to 3 things more. This was something that we missed ourselves when we first implemented SOPs. Okay. So it was estimated completion time. So provide them an approximate time frame. So for example, it shouldn't take more than, let's say, they should be able to build out one citation in, let's say, maximum 5 minutes, not more than that, right? So it doesn't take more than like 5 to 7 minutes to register on that website, on that business directory, put out the copy pasted information, because you're ensuring that they are not wasting time as well. So how we measured that, that's why I asked you to ask the team member who is doing that work to write that SOP, because he's doing that himself, right? I can't create the SOP on citations now, since I don't know like how much time it would take to create the citation, but the team member who is building the citations knows how much time it would take, right? So we are setting the expectation for the new team member who is going to implement that SOP, how much time it's going to take to implement that SOP. So always mention estimated time completion.
I
That's the
like
fourth
that.
part,
I
right?
like that. Yeah, I really like that because I mean,
And
yeah. I'll talk. Okay, go ahead. Keep going. I don't want. You're on a roll here.
no. Just you can go ahead.
Oh no, I was saying like because you can definitely like you say you hire someone and then you can say hey if they charge you per hour like you'll like okay if it takes 5 minutes you can at least do 60 citations or so or 12 citations right like per hour like that so you can at least have an expectancy and they know that and you have to deliver that within to complete their hour.
And you can be a bit flexible with it as well. So it sets the expectation for you as well as for them.
Yeah.
So since you have implemented that by your hands, you're not just asking. So you're not asking ChatGPT, okay, how much time it would take to create a citation. So because you have created those citations by your hands, and now you know how much time it takes for those citations. So you're not assuming that time. You have the exact figures with you.
Yep. Got it. And you have one more to share?
Then we have the visual. Yeah. Then we have visuals and examples. So screenshots, video demos, annotated images. So for the annotated images, we missed that part at first. So what you want to do is, if you're sharing the screenshot of hrefs, just don't share blank screenshot. Have arrows or maybe the explanation part or the numbers, like which button they should click first. So just put like 1 on it. Which button they should click next. Just put 2 on it. So annotated images are very helpful. And lastly, anything like FAQs regarding the SOP, and that was the biggest help with us. So for example, you have created SOP first. Now there is a team member who asks you a question. Just don't answer that question on Slack or maybe on Discord or whatever you are using. Just answer that in the SOP as well. So I write down that answer right in the SOP as well. So for example, they asked me, okay, Umar, we are facing issues with, let's say, anything in client onboarding or the client reporting part. So I will answer the question in Slack, as well as I will put the same question and same answer in the SOP. So for example, if anyone in the future have that question answered, they can see that in the FAQs part. So yeah.
Got it. That's it. Damn! Man, that was a lot to absorb there. Umar, man, you dropped a lot of knowledge bombs there. That was great stuff there. Thank you so much for sharing all that information. Woo! I was taking notes for myself. It got me sweating here. That was good stuff. All right. So, I mean, right now, I want to go ahead and let's see if there's anyone in the audience. I know it's late here. If you have any questions, I'm going to ask my last question that I asked my all my SE professionals here. But if there's anyone in the audience out there that have any questions, please ask them right now, and I can address them right when after I ask my last question. But my last question that I always ask all my SEO professionals that come on here is that if someone wants to become an SEO professional themselves, get into the SEO industry, what would your advice be to them?
Just stop consuming a lot of content and start implementing whatever you learn. Just start implementing it right away. So since this is something that I have seen, like SEOs love to consume new content, and they are really after a new strategy, like really every single day. So they are looking for a new strategy to implement. Just follow the basics, right? You just don't need anything fancy in your strategy. It's SEO is mostly, like most of the time, it's like good content, links, UX, and then your technical part, right? So that's really it. So with the content part, it comes on page, right? So you just don't have to complicate it. Just go ahead and implement that, right? You don't need a new strategy. You don't need a new way to rank a website. Just keep doing it for like next 6 to 8 months, and you're good to go.
Love that. So I didn't see any questions come in here, but for this episode to feel complete for you, how can any last comments and how can people get a hold of you?
I'm very active on my email if you want to contact me there. So it's umar@growthwinner.com, umar@growthwinner.com. But if you want to connect with me on social, I'm very active on Facebook. Mostly SEOs don't use Facebook, but I am. So on LinkedIn as well. If you have any questions to ask, I have been helping people since 2019, so I have nothing to sell you guys. So even if you have, even if you want to ask a general question, I would make sure to answer that maybe on my weekends. But yeah, you would get the reply ultimately. So yeah, that's really it. Like LinkedIn, my Facebook, for my socials. And yeah, do subscribe my YouTube channel as well.
Yeah. Check out the YouTube channel. YouTube channel is really good. Yeah. Love it.
So,
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. Okay. Everyone, let's give a round of applause. All right, Umar. Umar, can you hold on for one quick second while I stop? Hold on for one quick second. Hold on. All right, guys, that concludes another episode of the SEO Video Show. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And don't forget to visit our sponsors. Go to seo.video/atlas, seo.video/atlas to check out, search Atlas for a free 7-day trial. And also visit Voices of Search Podcast. Go search Voices of Search Podcast and check out previsible.io. Previsible.io for all your enterprise SEO solutions, whether it's writing and consultation, anything you need from enterprise SEO, check out previsible.io. All right, till next time, I'll see you guys next week. Peace out.
Thank you for watching. Hope you come back next week. Make sure to subscribe. You don't want to miss a thing. Hope you learn something new, cause the vibe is incredible. From the special SEO professionals, SEO video show. Let's work. Want to see you be an SEO expert. Paul Andre de Vera helping you step it up. No delay right now. Time to level up. Hey, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe. Woo!